Can angels ride bikes too? The question came out of nowhere, soft as a whisper. But it hit like a thunderclap. Ray didn't even look up at first. He was halfway through his coffee, his thick leather jacket creaking as he shifted in the red vinyl seat of the diner booth. Rain tapped against the windows in slow rhythm. The bell above the door had jingled only minutes earlier when he'd stepped in. Boots heavy with mud, helmet tucked under one arm, beard wet from the road across the room. Unnoticed until now, sat a boy, maybe 6 or 7, legs swinging off the bench, wide eyes staring. His little hand clutched a crumpled napkin. No one else in the diner was paying much attention. The waitress poured decaf for a tired trucker. A couple argued softly by the pie case. But this boy, he wasn't just looking. He was searching. Gray glanced up finally, one eyebrow raised. You talking to me, kid? The boy nodded. Can angels ride bikes too? And just like that, the walls Ray had spent years building began to crack. Ray wasn't the kind of man people approached. Mid-50s, leather-skinned and leather-clad, with arms inked in faded memories and eyes that had seen too much. He spoke little and felt even less. Or at least, that's what he told himself. An ex-military man turned long-haul biker. He preferred the roar of an engine to the sound of human voices. Emotions. He left those behind on a battlefield years ago. Buried next to brothers he never visited. Burned bridges with his daughter a decade back. Something about missing her wedding. Something about not calling on her birthday. He told himself she was better off. They all worth East days. He rode to nowhere in particular. Just to stay moving, just to stay numb. But this morning had been different. His hands trembled when he poured his first cup of gas station coffee. His chest had felt heavier than his saddlebag. And for the first time in years, he felt tired. The diner sat like a memory on the edge of a sleepy town. Cracked neon buzzing above the open 24 hours sign, though it barely flickered through the drizzle. Inside, faded vinyl booths bore the weight of weary travelers. The scent of bacon grease mixed with the damp smell of rain-soaked coats. Forks clinked quietly on chipped plates. A waitress with tired eyes hummed under her breath. Ray's chrome holly gleamed outside like a steel guardian. But inside, something quieter gleamed too. Grief, soft and silent, clinging not to him, but to a child. Liam hadn't touched his pancakes. His small fingers idly traced circles in the syrup while his eyes stayed locked on the man in the corner. The one with the beard, the heavy jacket, the kind of face that made most people look away. But Liam didn't look away. He stared, curious and unafraid, like children sometimes are when they see something the rest of us miss. His aunt sat across from him, scrolling through her phone, occasionally glancing up with a half-hearted smile. Eat, sweetheart, she murmured. But Liam didn't move. Something about the biker had caught him. Not the tattoos or the boots, but maybe the way he sat, like he was carrying something invisible thin. Without warning, Liam slid out of the booth. He walked, slow but certain, across the diner floor. Ray noticed the movement in his periphery, looked up just as the boy stopped in front of his table. The words came so gently, it was almost like a prayer. Can angels ride bikes too? Ray froze, not confused, not irritated, just struck. Aunt gasped, rising halfway from her seat. Liam, the entire diner fell silent. Even the rain outside seemed to hold its breath. Ray stood up so quickly his chair screeched backward. No one stopped him. He pushed through the door and stepped out into the drizzle, the rain cool against his burning skin. His boots sank slightly into the gravel, but he barely noticed. He was somewhere else now. Question echoed in his head like the ring of a church bell. Can angels ride bikes too? He gripped the railing beside the diner, knuckles white, and then it hit, the memory, full and unforgiving. His younger brother, Nate, 17, wild and full of light. They used to ride together, laughing down country roads, until one night, a curve, too fast, too dark. Ray got the call. The casket was closed. No chance to say goodbye, and never spoke of it again. Not once. But now, this boy, this tiny stranger, had cracked open something Ray had buried for decades. His chest ached. His throat clenched. Had ridden across states trying to outrun that silence, but it had just caught up with him. In the voice of a child, the bell above the door jingled again, softer this time. Ray stepped back into the diner, eyes glassy, the rain clinging to his beard. He didn't return to his booth. Instead, he walked straight to the boy, still standing near the counter, fidgeting with the hem of his shirt. The aunt opened her mouth, but something in Ray's face made her pause. Crouched down slowly, joints stiff, heart heavier than before. You asked me if angels can ride bikes, Ray said, voice low. Why'd you ask that? Liam looked up at him, I saw him. My dad used to ride. He had a red one, like yours but louder. He said bikes could fly if you closed your eyes. Ray blinked hard. The boy continued he went to heaven 2 months ago. A big truck didn't stop. Andy says he's an angel now. But I don't know if angels can ride bikes up there. I hope they can. Ray swallowed the lump in his throat. He nodded slowly. Yeah, kid, they do. The best ones do. In the back of the diner, a man put down his fork, phone held low, quietly recording if you believe small kindnesses matter. Keep watching. The video spread like a heartbeat within hours. It was everywhere. The grizzled biker kneeling beside a boy, his voice cracking as he spoke of angels on bikes. No flashy filters. No music. Just raw, human truth. People shared it with captions like "This broke me," and my brother wrote, "He's flying now." Comment after comment poured in. Stories of lost fathers, brothers, partners. Photos of boots beside helmets. Notes of love, of grief, of healing. Gray watched it all from his motel room, the glow of the screen painting his withered face. He hadn't meant to be seen. Not like this, but for the first time. He didn't feel ashamed of eyes stared at a contact he hadn't dialed in years. Emma, his daughter, his finger hovered then pressed it. She answered on the second ring, didn't know what to say. So he said the truth. "Hey, kid, I think I saw an angel today." And for once, she didn't hang up. A week later, Ray pulled up to the same diner, engine rumbling like distant thunder, but his heart quieter this time inside. Liam was there again, crayons scattered across the table. When he saw Ray, he lit up like sunrise. Ray walked over, holding something behind his back. Then, gently, he revealed it, a tiny black leather jacket, soft and worn, with silver stitching across the back. Angel Redare knelt down, eyes warm. "For your dad," he said, voice steady, "and maybe for you one day." Liam didn't say a word. He just wrapped his little arms around Ray's neck and held on, tight and trusting. Ray froze for a second, then let himself return. The hut's aunt wiped her eyes, overcome. Around them, forks paused midair, conversations halted. The entire diner watched, not out of curiosity, but reverentially. Once a man sealed in silence had found something deeper than the road ever gave him. He'd found connection with. Would you have said to the boy? Would you have walked away? Or knelt down like Ray did? If this story moved you, share it. Someone else may need it today.